Birding is more than a hobby, it's a way to connect deeply with the natural world. Whether you're a seasoned birder or just starting out, the thrill of spotting a new species or simply observing a familiar one never fades. The American Birding Association encourages everyone to enjoy birds while respecting wildlife, their habitats, and the rights of others. In this video, we'll explore the essentials of birding from ethical guidelines to practical tips and discover how birding can enrich our lives and foster a sense of wonder. Let's embark on this journey together and see what makes birding so special. The heart of birding is respect for birds, their environment, and fellow birders. The ABA Code of Birding Ethics reminds us that the welfare of birds and their habitats always comes first. This means supporting habitat protection, minimizing disturbance, and being mindful of our actions. Whether you're observing, photographing, or recording, always exercise restraint and caution. Avoid stressing birds, especially those that are threatened or rare. Remember, our enjoyment should never come at the expense of the creatures we admire. Ethical birding ensures that both birds and birders can thrive. Supporting the protection of important bird habitats is crucial. Birds rely on specific environments to breed, feed, and rest. As birders, we can advocate for conservation efforts, participate in habitat restoration, and educate others about the importance of preserving these spaces. Even small actions like staying on designated trails and minimizing our footprint help maintain the delicate balance of these ecosystems. By protecting habitats, we ensure that future generations can enjoy the beauty and diversity of bird life. Observing birds, it's important to be mindful of their well-being. Limit the use of recordings and other methods to attract birds, especially in heavily birded areas or when dealing with rare or sensitive species. Keep a respectful distance from nests, roosts, and feeding sites. If you need to observe for an extended period, consider using a blind or natural cover. Use artificial light sparingly, particularly for close-up photography. These practices help reduce stress on birds and allow them to go about their natural behaviors undisturbed. Finding a rare bird is exciting, but sharing its location requires careful consideration. Before announcing the presence of a rare species, evaluate the potential for disturbance to the bird, its habitat, and the local community. Only share details if access can be controlled and disturbance minimized. For rare nesting birds, it's best to inform conservation authorities rather than the general public. Responsible sharing helps protect vulnerable species and ensures that birding remains a positive experience for everyone involved. Staying on roads, trails, and established paths is a simple yet effective way to minimize habitat disturbance. When exploring new areas, tread lightly and avoid trampling vegetation or disturbing wildlife. Every step we take can have an impact, so being conscious of our movements helps preserve the natural environment. By minimizing our footprint, we contribute to the long-term health of bird habitats and the broader ecosystem. Many birders, a single encounter with a remarkable bird sparks a lifelong passion. That first moment of awe, seeing a scarlet tanager or a black-capped chickadee, can change the way we see the world. Birding becomes more than a pastime, it's a source of inspiration, curiosity, and joy. Each day brings new opportunities to observe, learn, and connect with nature. As you continue your birding journey, remember that every experience adds to your skills and deepens your appreciation for the natural world. Humans have always felt a deep connection to the natural world. Throughout history, we've depended on nature for survival, inspiration, and meaning. Even in today's fast-paced, urbanized society, the urge to reconnect with nature remains strong. Birds offer a unique bridge to the wild, reminding us of the rhythms and beauty that surround us. Whether it's a sunrise chorus or the flash of wings in a city park, these moments unite us and remind us that we're all part of something bigger. Don't have to travel far to find birds. Even in the heart of the city, birdlife thrives. Parks, gardens, and even rooftops can host a surprising diversity of species. Cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles are home to hundreds of bird species, from colorful warblers to rare migrants. Birding in urban environments is not only possible, it's rewarding. All you need is curiosity and a willingness to look up and listen. Birds are everywhere, waiting to be discovered. Starting your birding journey can feel overwhelming, especially with so many species to learn. Field guides list hundreds of birds, and it's easy to get lost in the details. The key is to start simple. Focus on common, distinctive species in your area. Observe their colors, shapes, and behaviors. Don't worry about identifying every bird right away. With time and practice, your skills will grow, and you'll begin to recognize more species with confidence. One of the best ways to build your birding skills is to study familiar birds closely. Take the American robin, for example. It's widespread and easy to observe, making it the perfect starting point. Spend time watching robins in different seasons and settings. Notice their colors, songs, and behaviors. By truly getting to know a common bird, you develop observation skills that will help you identify more challenging species later on. Every birder, no matter how advanced, benefits from returning to the basics. Birding isn't just about seeing birds, it's about truly observing them. Leave your binoculars and field guide behind for a moment. Find a robin or another common bird and watch it closely. Take note of its size, shape, movements, and sounds. Ask questions about its habits and habitat. This active approach transforms you from a passive observer into an engaged participant. The more you observe, the more you'll notice, and the deeper your appreciation will grow. Carrying a notepad into the field may seem old-fashioned, but it's one of the most effective ways to improve your birding skills. Jotting down observations helps you remember details and notice new things. Describe what you see and hear, sketch patterns, and record questions. Over time, your notes become a valuable resource, capturing memories and insights that deepen your understanding of birds. Note-taking turns every outing into a learning experience. Like any skill, birding improves with practice. The more time you spend outdoors, the more you'll learn. Every walk, every observation adds to your experience. Don't be discouraged by mistakes or missed identifications, they're part of the learning process. Over time, you'll develop intuition and expertise, noticing subtle differences in patterns that once seemed invisible. Birding is a journey and every step brings new discoveries. Binoculars are a valuable tool, but sometimes the best way to observe birds is with your naked eye. This approach, known as bare-naked birding, encourages you to focus on the bird's overall shape, behavior, and context. By stepping back and observing without magnification, you gain a broader perspective and pick up on cues that might be missed through binoculars. Use both methods, naked eye and binoculars, to get the most out of your birding experience. Bird behavior offers valuable clues for identification. Watch how a bird moves, feeds, and interacts with its environment. For example, an olive-sided flycatcher often perches at the top of a dead branch, sallying out to catch insects. A killdeer runs in short bursts across open ground. These behaviors can be just as diagnostic as plumage details. By paying attention to how birds act, you add another layer to your identification toolkit. Birdsong is a defining feature of the natural soundscape. Step outside on a spring morning and you'll hear a chorus of voices, each species with its own unique song or call. Learning to recognize these sounds takes time, but it's incredibly rewarding. Start by listening to common species and matching their songs to their appearance. Over time, you'll be able to identify birds by ear, even when they're hidden from view. Listening adds a whole new dimension to birding. Best way to learn birdsong is to combine listening with watching. When you see a bird singing, pay attention to its appearance, behavior, and the context of its song. This integrative approach helps you remember both the sound and the sight, making identification easier in the future. Field guides and recordings are helpful, but nothing beats first-hand experience in the field. The more senses you engage, the deeper your learning will be. Writing down your observations not only helps you remember details but also encourages you to notice new things. Describe the colors, patterns, and behaviors you see. Sketch quick drawings or jot down questions. Over time, your field notes become a personal record of your birding adventures, full of memories and discoveries. They also help you track changes in bird populations and behaviors over the years. One of the joys of keeping a field notebook is the ability to relive past experiences. Years later, you can open your notes and recall the sights and sounds of a special day, the flight of a brown pelican, the call of a wandering tattler, or the chorus of sparrows on a prairie morning. Field notes preserve these moments, allowing you to revisit them whenever you like. They become a treasured part of your birding journey. Patchwork refers to the practice of intensively birding a specific local area, your patch. This could be a park, a backyard, or a nearby wetland. By visiting your patch regularly, you develop a deep understanding of its bird life. You notice seasonal changes, track individual birds, and refine your skills. Patchwork birding is personal and rewarding, offering endless opportunities for discovery right at home. Visiting the same patch over and over might sound repetitive, but it's actually a path to mastery. Each visit reveals something new, a different behavior, a rare visitor, or subtle changes in plumage. Over time, you become attuned to the rhythms of your patch, noticing things that casual visitors might miss. Patchwork birding turns the ordinary into the extraordinary, making every outing an adventure. Your local patch is the perfect place to challenge yourself. Try to photograph every species that visits or document their breeding behaviors. Seek out elusive birds and learn their habits. The more you invest in your patch, the more rewarding your birding will become. Local challenges keep your skills sharp and your curiosity alive. Status and distribution, or S&D, refers to knowing when and where a bird species occurs. This knowledge is crucial for identification, especially with tricky groups like warblers or flycatchers. Understanding migration patterns, seasonal changes, and local abundance helps you narrow down possibilities and make accurate identifications. S&D is a skill that grows with experience and research. Knowing when to look for certain birds can make all the difference. Some species migrate early in spring while others linger into fall. For example, Louisiana water thrushes return before most other warblers, while northern water thrushes stay later in the season. By learning these patterns, you can anticipate which species are likely to be present and avoid common identification pitfalls. Many resources are available to help you master status and distribution. Regional bird books, local journals, and online platforms like eBird provide up-to-date information on bird populations and movements. By consulting these resources regularly, you stay informed about changes in your area and contribute your own observations to the broader birding community. No amount of reading or preparation can replace time spent in the field. Birding is like any other skill, it improves with practice. Every outing, whether it's a walk in the park or a trip to a wildlife refuge, adds to your experience. Make the most of everyday opportunities. Watch birds while waiting for the bus, walking the dog, or spending time with family. Every moment outdoors is a chance to learn and enjoy. Birding is a wonderful activity to share with family and friends. Children, in particular, have a natural curiosity and enthusiasm for discovering birds. Exploring together not only strengthens bonds but also introduces the next generation to the joys of nature. Whether you're birding in your backyard or on a family trip, these shared experiences create lasting memories. Every experience in the field, no matter how small, contributes to your growth as a birder. Watching a flock of blackbirds at sunset or listening to a nighthawk's call can be just as meaningful as spotting a rare species. Birding teaches us to appreciate the beauty in everyday moments and to find joy in the world around us. Understanding a bird's behavior and ecology is just as important as recognizing its physical features. Birds interact with their environment in unique ways, feeding, nesting, and moving through different habitats. By observing these behaviors, you gain insights that aid identification and deepen your appreciation for each species. Ecology and behavior are two sides of the same coin, offering a holistic view of the bird's life. Birds often have specific microhabitat preferences, small-scale environments within larger habitats. For example, Nelson sparrows favor low-lying swales with cattails, while Baird sparrows prefer drier grasslands. Learning these preferences helps you find and identify birds more effectively. Pay attention to the details of where birds are found, not just what they look like. Not all microhabitats are natural. Birds often adapt to man-made environments, such as culverts for cliff swallows or landfills for black vultures. Recognizing these patterns helps you locate species that might otherwise be hard to find. Observing how birds use different environments expands your understanding of their adaptability and resilience. Birds' behavior often reflects its ecological niche. Foraging patterns, flocking behavior, and habitat selection all provide clues to a bird's identity. For example, shorebirds on a mudflat may segregate by species based on subtle differences in feeding technique and preferred microhabitat. Observing these behaviors helps you make sense of mixed flocks and identify species that look similar. Best birders use a holistic approach, combining field marks, vocalizations, behavior, and ecology. No single characteristic tells the whole story. By integrating all available information, you gain a fuller understanding of each bird and its place in the ecosystem. This approach not only improves your identification skills, but also enriches your overall birding experience. Flight is one of the most distinctive features of birds, yet we often overlook it. Observing birds in flight reveals important identification clues: wing shape, tail length, flight patterns, and even unique calls. For example, the sharp-shinned hawk's small head and square tail are best seen in flight. Learning to recognize birds on the wing adds a new dimension to your birding skills. Many birds have distinctive flight calls that can be heard as they pass overhead. Learning these calls allows you to identify species even when they're out of sight. For example, the American pipit's call is a clear pipit, while warblers have their own unique sounds. Flight calls are especially useful during migration, when many birds travel at night and are only detectable by sound. Birds are incredibly variable even within a single species. Plumage, size, and behavior can differ based on age, sex, season, and geography. Understanding and embracing this variation is key to becoming a skilled birder. Don't be discouraged by differences, see them as opportunities to learn more about the complexity and diversity of bird life. The way we define bird species has changed over time. Once, field guides emphasized simple, unchanging categories. Today we recognize that many species are actually complexes of similar populations, sometimes called cryptic species. Advances in genetics and behavioral studies have revealed hidden diversity, challenging us to look beyond surface appearances and appreciate the dynamic nature of evolution. Red crossbill is a fascinating example of variation within a species. Recent research suggests that what we call the red crossbill may actually be a complex of several cryptic species, each with its own call and ecological preferences. Some specialize on certain types of pine cones, and their differences are subtle, often detectable only by voice or bill shape. This complexity reminds us that nature rarely fits neatly into our category. Not every bird can be identified with certainty, and that's okay. Some species are so similar that even experts can't always tell them apart in the field. Embracing uncertainty is part of the birding experience. It encourages humility, curiosity, and a willingness to keep learning. Remember, the goal is not perfection but enjoyment and discovery. Birding is a skill that develops over time, and starting young can give you a head start. But it's never too late to begin. Whether you're a child or an adult, the enjoyment of birding is available to everyone. Focus on the joy of discovery, not just on building expertise. Every birder, regardless of age or experience, can find fulfillment in the beauty and wonder of birds. Birding is truly a lifelong pursuit. It offers something for everyone, from children marveling at their first robin to seasoned experts seeking rare migrants. The community is welcoming and diverse, united by a shared passion for birds and nature. No matter when you start, birding has the power to enrich your life and connect you with the world around you. Every birding outing is an opportunity for discovery. Whether you're spotting a new species, witnessing a unique behavior, or simply enjoying the sights and sounds of nature, birding brings joy and excitement. Stay curious, keep exploring, and let each experience inspire you to learn more about the incredible world of birds. Birding is not just a solitary pursuit, it's a way to connect with others who share your passion. Local bird clubs, online forums, and field trips offer opportunities to learn, share, and celebrate together. By teaching and inspiring others, you help build a community that values and protects birds and their habitats. Birding is a journey that lasts a lifetime. There's always something new to learn, see, and experience. As you continue your birding adventure, remember to respect wildlife, cherish the moments, and share your passion with others. The world of birds is vast and beautiful. Let's go birding and discover it together.